Deconstructing this trailer by Jigsaw. The trailer quickly begins with a set scenes of frames, and they all put in one scene, so it's edited so it's like a fast rapid motion where you don't really see everything in the shot, and it ends with this red eye and you can't see anything except from the eyes, so it's like the fear of unknown, you don't know what it is, and the close-up makes it even more scary and in the concept of horror. Here we have an establishing shot that immediately sets a scene of where most of the movie will be set, and it's a wide shot of the whole city.
Now the game's simple.
The trailer immediately begins with the camera following this woman who seems to be minding her own business, and the camera angles used here are like the tracking shot, and each shot it gets closer and closer to the woman's face, and the music behind it's like a silence every time it goes to her face.
Best ones are. You want diversity?
And addition of like the complete hollow silence acts as a uneasy feeling which builds up. And this frame here shows a over the head shoulder shot where there's this woman who was minding her own business and there's a body hanging from the sky of the trees, which immediately sets the scene of something mysterious has just happened.
Play by the rules.
The flicker effect increases tension along with the final the close up of the woman's scared face. It just fully just builds up with the tension that's just caused. The sound, there's no dialogue except from the narrator in the background, but the background music is very rusty and loud, creating this tension, and it builds some sort of suspense. And there's a bird's eye view camera angle which is above the buildings to show again the scene where it is going to be set. This flicker effect again is to the end result of the final close of the eye, which shows it shows how the person's feeling trapped, and you can't really see the person's expression because they're covered in this little helmet thing. And also the lighting in this first part of the trailer is very dull, and it almost gives us a blue tint which feels very cold and isolated.
Any identification on the victim?
Here's a piece, but he thought he's been dead for 10 years.
It's not him. Can't be.
This was on the body.
The truth will set you free.
The camera angles focus on the USB stick and the facial expressions of these actors, close-ups which show that something has happened and they're trying to figure out what exactly, and the ambiguous sound in the background creates this uneasy feeling and that something is wrong, and the lighting again is still dark here and shows few light and brightness. This enhances the abandoned feeling. The noise here again creates this confused, afraid feeling. It's like putting us in the actors' shoes and that they're trapped. The flicker effect causes a feeling that something is about to happen and that something's wrong, and that because it's really fast and rapid, it just gives us this uneasy feeling again that something's going to happen. And the noise, the sound, the background, it also focuses on certain objects like the chainsaw, which sounds very eerie and disturbing to listen to, and the button, which just was the person who clicked the button. There's an emphasis on this as well because it creates some tension and it focuses on just the click of the button, meaning something's very important on that tape. The mise en scène is this trapped place where people are kidnapped, and it's just an isolated, abandoned place where no one would expect you to be there, and there are police officers, meaning they're trying to find these people who are kidnapped and that they're lost.
I'm chasing a dead man.
Just running scared.
It's a copycat.
He's brave.
And the writing here, the text saying you know his name, again to the audience makes us feel like we already know who the villain is, but we actually don't know, but it's trying to convince us that we do know. And the effect of text just helps build more suspense, and like it says that you know his name but we don't.
So afraid.
Camera angles focusing on this pig with bloody eyes just again creates this disturbed feeling and that something is wrong, and maybe the colour red also signifies the importance of death, so that there's definitely going to be death somewhere in this movie. Again, the focus on specific objects, like the sound of them, creates a questionable feeling, like what is actually happening.
You really know.
Just running.
You know what happens if we don't follow the rules? The blood.
Again, when there was silence there, that just created a weird, uneasy feeling because anything can just jump at you at that second, but you wouldn't know because it's unexpected. And the editing is very effective with the fast-paced moves and then the slow motions, helping capture every moment of fear and that like each person's going through.
Fingernails of our victims, John Kramer's the jigsaw killer.
That's impossible.
It was a game. Games can be won.
Throughout the trailer until up and now, the lighting is around the red tint and the blue tint. It also contradicts, like giving the warm feeling and the cold feeling, but it's still dark and dull, creating this eerie atmosphere and this like something bad is going to happen. Like even the actors are using torches, making it look like it's not that clear what's happening. You can't see the villain and what he's doing, and you won't know what's going to happen next. This hollow silence, again, throughout the whole movie is used, just creating suspense over and over again. And the quick cuts for each frame just after a second is effective because it creates this adrenaline rush and makes audience feel uncomfortable, like I'm feeling right now, and I'm scared because the villain can jump out anywhere.
No, it's not creepy at all.
That panning of the close-up towards this actor just shows how much he's scared, and his facial expression and what he's feeling is just putting us into his perspective. literally there's so many fast-paced cuts and there's so many shots in every second that you really wouldn't be able to see everything. That's a good thing about this trailer, as it doesn't give away everything in the movie, and like the effect of the text also helps bring it together. Say like when it says like he knows your sins, meaning maybe this is a punishment time. Maybe that's why like everyone's kidnapped and that they deserve this. And the sound gets faster and faster when it gets to like the ending where the eye is there and the villain is about to be revealed. And there is just emphasis on like the swings and the chainsaws, which create this uneasy feeling. And overall, I think I would watch this trailer because of the fact that it hasn't really revealed too much of the movie, and the camera angles used and the editing. The editing is very precise and clean, and is cut to the point. And I think the lighting is very dark and dull, which intrigues me to watch more because I want to know if like it's like that the whole way through or if it's different when it's out of that trapped area. The mise en scène again is just like chainsaws, blood, and there's like knives. The red eye again, like the iconography where it there's an emphasis on the villain and the red color. So maybe there is definitely some sort of relevance of death in this movie. Um, where? So, I did the recording, but I can't find where to pause it and stop. Don't tell me that I wasn't recording all this time.